I'm Tom Howard, you're watching FHM.com. Society has collapsed. There is no water, there is no electricity. Cities are carnage, people are looting the supermarkets and fighting each other for all the leftovers of food. It's a bit like Glasgow. So we're here in the countryside to learn some survival techniques from some survival experts so that we don't perish. And from Neil Strauss, the author of the new book Emergency, this book will save your life, but we've got to be fairly swift.
My name is Glyn David. I work for a company called True Way Survival, and we train all types of people all over the world in a variety of survival and emergency preparedness scenarios. In general, what people do, even in large-scale emergencies, is they sit tight and expect things to be restored to how they were before. If they're not after a certain amount of time, the chances are they will continue to do nothing until eventually they try to do something, but it's too late.
Just had a lesson on survival tips, how to survive a crisis, from a man called Glyn, who's a survival expert, who taught us to do things like fill up your bath, if your water gets, before the water gets cut off, fill up all your pots and pans, get in loads of dry food, get in loads of bottled water, don't talk to any of your friends because they'll want to steal from you, learn how to light a fire and that kind of thing. So we're going to go and put a lot of it into practice. Research challenge by Glyn, the survival man. And we have to make a fire from this, and also this. So, you've just written the book, Emergency, this book will save your life, which is quite a leap from your other books about, you know, the pickup scene and the porn star stuff. What made you go from that to this?
I think on the surface it seems like a leap, but when you think about it, they're both really just books about fears. One is the fear of approaching women, the other one's the fear of dying, which to some guys are kind of the same thing.
What's the most extreme step you've ever seen anyone take to prepare for this kind of disaster?
Yeah, you know, the guys who own Walmart, like the Waltons, they actually have like a bunker with like a helicopter, like in Arizona or something, they have like a bunker with like a helicopter on top of it that's like fully stocked.
Do people tell you that you're just being paranoid?
Well, I think it's really impossible to feel like you're being paranoid when, like, you see like bodies on the on American TV, bodies just floating down the water, you know, dead because they weren't prepared when there are like 75 major disasters in America every year. So, like, yeah, I think you're only paranoid if you're wrong.
Yeah.
If you're right, you're a genius.
Yeah. We're on. So before you start, I'll put some on the bird.
We can cook stuff. For that, I love my little fire. How would you deal with say, a zombie situation?
Zombies, supposedly, they're not very good climbers. You know, like, you know, so I think like a good house on stilts will protect you from the zombies.
Are there people?
And also, I suppose, like, I guess you want a shotgun because I think you're supposed to blow their brains out, right?
Yeah, because a zombie can't kill you with a hug.
Exactly.
Okay, I've made and destroyed fire. Now, because we're hot, we've eaten rabbit and elephant and other goods that you find in any English forest. We're going to purify some water. Bit of grass on there. If there isn't sand where you are, you can use earth. What about like the you know, the biblical plagues, like a plague of
like
swarm of
frogs,
locusts?
like frogs.
Yeah.
There's so friggin' many of them, this land will just devour everything. So, I mean, I suppose a wall of fire would be nice. Yeah. Maybe a ring of fire.
Yeah. I think everyone could do one of those.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's why that'd be cool to just walk around with one of those little kind of heaters and like a propane tank as a hat, maybe.
So the whole idea is that as the water goes through here, it gets filtered through and purified via the grass, the charcoal, the sand and the other grass, and so you get out some lovely drinkable water. That looks sufficiently disgusting. So we're going to have to put a few bottles of water through this because, as you can see, it's not exactly clear yet. But look. So we've just been informed that society isn't in fact going to end, which is good news, but having spent some time with Neil and talked about his book, which does sort of say that society my end and give us some tips. And despite having done all the fire, lighting and water purifying, I'm feeling pretty paranoid, so I'm just going to keep on running.